Let us venerate Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattā deva manussanang buddho bhagavati Sakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko panayiko paccattāṃ veditabbo viññohiti supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīcipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggala esa bhagavato Sāvaka sangho ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakhineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang puññakkhetaṃ lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. In this morning, we are going to discuss the Buddha's teaching. We paid due respect to the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. This is a wonderful day for all of us. Why? Because as a noble friends joining together, and we are trying to focus what Buddha said and how to maintain our life according to the Buddha's teaching. So actually we started some certain important things a few weeks, I guess a month or more before, and how to focus our body and mind, and how to live with Dhamma, and how we are able to do certain wholesome things in order to make our life easier and directing towards the wholesome path or to the noble path. I think I mentioned several times about Buddhist meditation regarding mental cultivation. So the mental cultivation is the most important, beneficial, effective section in Buddhism. If you know whole Tripitaka from A to Z, whole thing, but if you do not practice, if you do not follow it, it doesn't make any sense of learning. We can say we know so many of scriptures, so many of teachings, and so many texts that we know, but still we are not practicing. It means we are just learned, but never apply into practice. But Buddhism is encourage us to practice. Sunata dhareta charata dhammo. Once we hear the Dhamma, then we have to live with the Dhamma. Once we hear the Dhamma, we are not following it, we are not practicing it, it means it doesn't make any sense. So, we need to learn and practice the Dhamma, and it's just not listening. When you are focusing of even this session, if you learn something, so that should be with you, and that should apply into your daily life. And the Dhamma that you are hearing should apply to your whole entire life, and not only to yourself, to whole family. Then as a family, together, you can go on this journey without pacing into troubles and difficulties. The people always having troubles with their mental thoughts. Means that if the mind's diluted, mind polluted, mind contaminated by various defilements, then that person's life totally turning into wrong path, wrong side. So Buddha, he's asking us to recognize all the defilements, recognize all the wholesome acts, wholesome thoughts. Just let go of all the defilements and welcome and practice all wholesome karmas. So once you hear the Dhamma, it helps us to practice it. It helps us to focus it. It helps us to live with the Dhamma. I think I mentioned you need to set up your home, some particular place, as a shrine place, shrine room. You should practice in that particular place of what Buddha said. It means morning, evening, or whenever the time allows, the whole family go together, light incense, candle, and offering flower, and sit down. And there are various chanting books. You can get one of the books, and then just pay respect to the Buddha, pay respect to the Dhamma and the Sangha. Just sit for a few minutes, focusing the breath, and then practice loving friendliness, and then many other meditations, traditions that you have learned, and you need to spend at least few minutes a day for paying respect to the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, and also to see our own errors. In order to see our own errors, there is no way that somebody can point it out and making remove it or correct it. It is difficult for someone to do it. We have to aware of our own errors, own problems, and then we need to work with that. And that's what Buddha is asking us to do. So therefore, we've been discussing wonderful subject of mindfulness. And I want you to use these discussion, these details, these contents for you to practice Buddha Dhamma. Once you go to your shrine, you sit down quietly, and then focus off these objects, bodily objects, means physical objects, feeling subjects, mental thought subjects, and Dhamma objects. And now we are the last one, the last foundations of mindfulness, known as Dhamma Anupassana. The last Sunday, we were able to discuss 5 aggregate sections: form, perception, mental formations, consciousness, feelings, and we discussed in very briefly what are those 5 aggregates are. But today our subject is about ayatana. What is ayatana? Ayatana, sometimes there are many ayatanas in the society. In business field, there are many departments. Similarly, we do have a department in our body. What are those departments? Eye, Chakku department, eye department, and ear department, nose department, and tongue department, body department, mental department. How many of these? 6 department. So we need to manage all these departments without losing, without troubles, without employment problems, and maintaining. And there are so many things, if you are doing businesses, you do understand how much you need to pay attention to make the department runs easily and smoothly. If you are not aware, there are corruption going on. If you are not aware, the people are not working properly. If you are not aware, losing money, businesses, people are cheating, stealing, and not doing customer satisfactory discussion, and there are going to be disaster of the department. The head person, the second, the chairman, vice chairman, secretaries, all employees, they all need to work together as a team to manage the department without losing it or letting it go to a bankrupt. So there are so many things to focus. You have to work so hard. You have to plan well. So if we compare these departments to our bodily departments, known as eyes, nose, ears, body, tongue, and the mind. So we need to do the same thing. We have to focus of all these departments. Means our eye department. So what's going on with these eyes? So we have to be very careful of what eyes are doing. So we don't let eyes to do whatever they want. We need to get control of our eyes and let it run the way that we want, not the mind want. not somebody else need. So this is totally that you are taking control of your eyes, nose, ears, tongue, body and mind. So if we are working properly, if we are following the Dhamma accordance with what Buddha mentioned, then these departments are not going to pollute it. These departments are not going to be affected. These departments are not bringing any troubles, difficulties. Smoothly, the departments are running, managing it. So what does department do? Eyes department, they see form, and ear department, they hear. The main job is just to hear. Tongue department is just to taste. Nose department is just to smell. And the body department is touch. The mind department is generating thoughts. So these are the main jobs, main goal of all these departments. But what Buddha is trying to point it out here, he said, Katanchapana bhikkhave bhikkhu dhammesu dhammanupassee viharati. Chasu ajjattika bahiresu ayatanesu. Chasu ajjattika. Chasu means six. Ajjattika means internal. Bahiresu means external. There are internal and external departments. Ayatana. External and internal ayatana. So what are the internal ayatana? What are the external ayatana? Internal ayatana means just eyes, nose, ears, tongue, body and mind. How many of those? 6. What are the external ayatana? Form, sound, taste, touch, smell and thought. I think now clear. These internal and external ayatanas are the ayatana or section. We can say a section. And the first thing that we need to aware, chakkuncha pajanati rupecha pajanati. So understand the eye and understand forms. So what does it mean? It means that we don't understand this is eyes? No. It means the awareness. We have to aware of eyes and form, which is mean that if we do aware, eyes do not see form which is bringing troubles, difficulties, hardship, polluting mind and bringing kind of unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome idea, unwholesome action through eyes. seen a form. So it means understand. Understand means we need to aware. We need to aware of these are my eyes, and I need to aware what do my eyes always doing. Means my eyes always looking for forms. Once we go around, once we turn our eyeballs and place to place and eye distance, we see forms. So we understand that. We understand our eyes. It means we need to know limitation. What we need to see and what we should not see. What we should look at, what we should not look at. Once we bring awareness to these eyes, so we have this control. When you go to shopping with your kids, where are your kids' eyes always? Their eyes always to some exciting, interesting forms. In their age, they have a different interest. Toys, dolls, games, and kind of whatever they always looking for. So they are not looking for shirt, they are not looking for food. Sometimes some food that they focus, but not all kind of foods. They do have some interest of some foods, and their eyes always working with those forms, but adults' eyes always working with some other forms. When the kids see something that they like, they want, they interest, they follow it, they go and stop it and then get it into their hand and saying, "Mommy, Daddy, I need this." If Mommy, Daddy say no, then he say several times, finally he start to cry. Until he get it. Until he get it, he tries very hard to get that form, get that object. Why? Because he wants, the child needs, child likes, she has interest of that form. But adult interests are totally different. They are looking for, especially men, looking for different type of forms. They are looking for different type of shirts, brand names. The ladies looking for different types of ladies items. So they have a different interest. So how these interests that absorb into our life? Because of seeing. When we see on TV advertisement, there is a nice gown or dress or the jewelry, and then once just see through computer or TV screen, that person gets interest of it, and immediately he wants to get it. He cannot happy of just seeing it. He just need to get it. Pay money, go online, order it, try to get it as soon as possible. How it happened? Because of our eyes see, so the kind of forms. So this is how these departments are working. And if we too much of indulge to whatever we see, what will happen? We are unable to control our senses. These sense medias go crazy. We are unable to control whatever see, whatever hear, whatever feel, touch. They need it. This is the reality. What Buddha is saying here, Chakkuncha pajanati, just aware of eyes, means need to know limitation. And what we are looking at, where are we looking at, just to bring awareness. Whatever we see, immediately you get desire. The desire of receiving it, getting it, having it. So it's going to be attachment to it. You are attached to it. You want it. You get it and keep it. Hold it. And if somebody else taking away from you, then what you feel? You feel sad. You feel upset. So all these sufferings arise because of what we see, then we get, then we have attachment, then we call this is me, this is my stuffs, this is my house, this is my car, this is my and all these going to be mine. It used to be others. So you made it to yours. It's just like you get, you buy one, get one free. What you buy? You buy that your interest, whatever the interest form, object. Then you got something free, that is attachment, the greediness, ownership. And what will happen is anytime if you have to leave from it, away from it, then you feel sad, upset, worry, and so forth. So why actually we need to aware of these? Does it mean that you don't have to get anything? Does it mean that you have to away from everything? No. Does it mean you have to run away? You have to go for ascetic life? Not that. It means once we see certain things, we can get it. But we have to look at it reality. Looking at it reality. What is this? This is impermanent. This is changing. This is not always same condition that we bought, the time of we bought it. So we just aware of this impermanent nature, the changing nature. And even if you get it, use it, and even you have an attachment, but still you have to apply into Dhamma. What is this attachment? How this attachment came, arises. So just looking at cause and condition, then we are able to manage our department well, without corrupting, without polluting, without doing more unwholesome karmas, bad karmas, without doing evil things. We are able to manage it without having any heartbreaking, without upsetting. So that is the way of managing our department. The similar thing we need to follow for the rest of the sense medias. Means eyes, ears, nose, body, mind, and so forth. The same thing we need to apply. And also Buddha said, once you see something, just notice I saw it. Once you hear something, just notice I heard. That's it. You don't have to attach to it. You don't have to generate desire to get it. Just to notice I saw it. Just to aware, yes, I heard. Just to aware, yes, I tasted. Just to aware, yes, I smelled. That's all. Ditte dittamantam. Just notice, yes, I saw it. And in order to come to this level, what you need to do? It is easy for me to say. It is very difficult to practice. Why? Because the desire is generating, our eyes always looking for certain things to see it, grab it, and we are unable to control. We are unable to find out the end. So Buddha said, Yancha tadubayang paticca uppajjati sanyojanan tancha pajanati. And he understands whatever fetter that rises depending on both. Sanyojana, the petals, that means connection. That also we have to aware. Once we see through our eyes, what will happen? The connection arises. Sanyojana, connection. Yatacha anuppannasa sanyojanassa uppado tancha pajanati. And sometimes once we see certain things, the sanyojana connection does not arise. That's also we need to aware. I think you understand this very clearly. This is kind of very deep Dhamma that we have to look at it in from our open mind, and we have to have an interest to know about this. It is not just something just a daily, but this is very important for our daily life. But only thing is, it is kind of maybe somebody can feel boring, or sometimes it is not very much of interest subject, but it is very interest if you notice it, if you know it at least some, then you will get more and more interest to learn. And yatacha anuppannassa sanyojanassa pahanang hoti tancha pajanati. Sometimes arises sanyojana connection, sometime it can vanishes. So once we feel kind of connection, rouse, that will go away. You see, the whole thing, that from the beginning to end, what we need to do, we have to aware. When we see an object, then the connection sometime arises, sometime doesn't. That's also we need to aware. So this is totally about awareness. You don't have to cry, you don't have to worry, you don't have to upset, you don't have to, do something else. Just simply watch. Just watch. So, yatacha pahinassa sanyojanassa ayating anuppado hoti tancha pajanati. Sometimes the connection of petter already vanishes. It does not arise again. It does not arise again. Pahinassa. It is just completely you are managing the department. Whoever comes there, whoever works there, whoever stop working, whoever lay off, whoever lazy, whoever working hard, you appreciate. All these things that you aware. Everything. You see, we can compare this, our own physical department, the external department that's running in this business world, to the department of the Dhamma department, that we can say it is Dhamma department. Why? Because these are belong to the Dhamma. Dhamma means reality. And the same thing, the similar formula that you should follow for Sota, hearing. Sota means actually ears. And Saddha means hearing. Sotancha pajanati, Saddecha pajanati, Ganancha pajanati, Gandhecha pajanati, Jivhacha pajanati, Rasecha pajanati, Kayancha pajanati, Pottabbecha pajanati, Manacha pajanati, Dhammecha pajanati. That's all. This is all 6. Connecting with 4. 4 ears with hearing, that we know. And the nose with the smell, that also we know. The tongue with the taste, we know, we are aware. The body with touch, also we are aware. The mind with the Dhamma, also we are aware. It seems very simple. But how much it is difficult for you to practice in your day-to-day life. When you go to supermarket, until the cashier, they have so many nice things alongside of the cashier, the queue that you see, and you are still there. Still there are certain things that trick your mind, trick your eyes. If you suddenly see, if you finish shopping, just pulling your cart, come to cashier, you are waiting online to pay money, but the both sides, what you see, there are so many things, so many little things. Those are actually tricking your mind. At least last minute, they are trying to trick your mind. It's okay. But what you have to know, even you are waiting on queue online to get something, to pay. So your eyes attached with those little items. If there are certain things you should get, it doesn't matter. If you have money, you should get it. It doesn't matter. Only thing is, if your eyes attached to it, just aware, yes, my eyes is attaching to that chewing gum. My eyes is attaching into that little chocolate or something, some little toy. Just to aware. That's how we build our awareness, and it just to know of all these 6 sections, internal and external. It means we are practicing meditation daily, all the time, most of the time. This is how we develop mindfulness. I think you all understand of these wonderful teachings of the Buddha, and I wish all of you follow and practice of this Dhamma. Just think of it, bring your attention to it, focus it, and practice the Dhamma. Try to be generous, try to be kind, try to be compassionate towards others, and try not to hurt, try not to harm, try not to make troubles to others. We can overcome jealousy, we can overcome anger, we can care and share with others, we can help each other. This is how we try to live in harmony and giving opportunity for others. Then we can build a wonderful community, wonderful society, by helping each other. And I wish all this Dhamma help you to overcome your troubles, difficulties, problems. And also there are so many of people suffering. They also get benefit from it. If you learn Dhamma, if you practice generosity, there are many people get benefit. If you are a generous person, you can feed someone. Why? Because you become generous, then you can share. If you are a compassionate person, you are not destroying others' lives, you respect their lives. Somebody get opportunity to live without fear in this world, on this earth. So this is how the Dhamma is helping, working with us into the society, and how this is the way the Dhamma providing it real meaning to the society, to the people. According to the karma, many people are suffering. Lack of food, lack of shelter, lack of clothes. If we can support and help, that means under name of the Buddha, somebody else get benefit. Under the name of the Buddha, somebody feel happy. Under the name of the Buddha, somebody get a shelter, clothes, foods, and all other necessities. So therefore, think about these. Dhamma is just to share with many. Dhamma is just we know and share. Not only sharing Dhamma in practical way means that we practice caring, sharing, generosity, and compassion towards others. If you feel hungry, there are all of living beings, they do the same. They also feel hungry. If we need clothes, the similar interest to have other people too. If they like shelter, if they like nice and beautiful things, toys, there are many of their desiring to get those things. We have to apply to ourselves. If I like tastier foods, there are so many of others also. They like it, but they cannot afford it. So helping each other is the wonderful way. That's the way that we can share this, the Dhamma towards others. Sharing, caring is a wonderful thing, and I wish all that you are doing is wonderful thing, and may this Dhamma affect you and affect the society. May this Dhamma will bring benefit towards too many people in the world, and may you all be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no problems come to you, may no difficulties come to you. May you always meet with success. May you always live happily and harmony, and having harmonious life to you, to your family, to the society. Finally, may we all attain ultimate happiness of the Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Banteji.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. Jai Namo Buddhaya. If anybody has any questions, please ask.